Hey everyone, it's another glorious day here at Funky Eskimo Studios where we film and record each episode of That's All Funny exclusively. Uh, yeah, no, it's been what's today? It's been a regular Monday. Just been here chilling, watching the normal shows. I was actually watching The Walking Dead season 2. I finished season 2 because I think it's 13 episodes. The first season was 6, the second one was like 13 or something, and now like every season after that is like 16 episodes or 19 episodes or 18. It gets ridiculous, and I'm telling you, like, there's so much shit on The Walking Dead. And there's even comics too, but I'm like, fuck that shit. I ain't reading comics. Like, I was never really a fan of comics growing up. Like, I liked buying them, but I never really liked reading them because, I don't know, I preferred, like, just regular books. I would read a lot of Roald Dahl, like, everything Roald Dahl. And if you know Roald Dahl is, you a real one. And he does a lot of, like, adult short stories too that are very good. Very, very good. In fact, yeah, very good. I should read one of these days here on the show because they're so good. They're very Twilight Zone like like, oh, you twisted my words, blah blah blah. But yeah, they're very good stories. If you ever are at a half price books, go look for Roald Dahl in the kids section too. He does great kid stories. But if you go to the adult section and find any of his short stories, you will be pleasantly surprised. And they're very inexpensive too. I usually, before I was sick, I would go and like just buy up all the Roald Dahl books, like just because I could. I have a few here, but they're very good. Anyways, let's get into the news. Apparently, there was a thing going around that Larry the Cable Guy was dead, but he actually isn't. So that's good. I don't know why. Yeah, like, it's so weird how much news and technology we have right now, and it's like people are wondering if he's dead, but he's not. But it started a trend. And I'm just like, okay, for one, who cares? And two, we gotta fact check that shit, like, I hope he's taking care of himself, I guess, right? He's a good, get her done, he's a good cat, right? I just, I feel like if he were to die, a lot of the right wing people would be very upset. They're already upset. They are very upset already, so they would be like, oh, what a coincidence that Larry the Cable Guy, a right wing comedian, is dead at the age of 60. He died swimming in his pool and drowned, but he knew how to swim very well. So did he die, or did someone kill him? No, that's what people were saying about Obama's personal chef. Like, they're saying he died swimming in like a pool by Obama's house, and then they're showing videos of him swimming very well. Like, he knows how to swim, but he died drowning in an 8-foot pool when he's a tall black man. And to me, it's just funny. It's like I don't know. I could say, why would Obama want to kill his personal chef? But then I could also say, I bet you Obama wanted to kill his personal chef. Like, they're just as crazy the idea. It also is crazy enough to be true, And maybe he was gonna let it out that, I don't know, Michelle Obama is really Michael Obama, and Obama's Barack's wife's got a big old fucking dick in between his legs. I don't know. I feel like that's if that really were true, like, it. I don't know. There'd be more evidence of it, but there's just enough evidence that there's not enough evidence of it, I don't know. In any event, that sucks that that guy died. It's funny that we make everything into a conspiracy, but then I love it too. And then we try to like use a false flag, like, oh, Larry the Cable Guy might be dead, and just to like false flag us from the real issues, like Obama's personal chef dying by drowning because he couldn't swim, but there are so many videos of him swimming very well. Anyways, uh, back to another. Here's another headline. RFK Jr. says the media treats him worse than Donald Trump. And I'd have to agree with him because, dude, when you have okay, he's a Democrat, right? Basically, he's running for the Democrats, but he's very outspoken, like, the trumpeter. But I feel like Trump is going through so much shit right now that obviously the Democrats don't care because he's got his own issues. But this Mr. Kennedy is, having his own, like, he's talking too much, and the Democrats don't like that. They like Sleepy Joe Biden falling asleep on the microphone. And it's like, oh, can we have a comment? And it's just. Like, that's his comment. Official comment is just a bunch of Z's. On Charlie Brown when someone's asleep, it's just a bunch of Z's. That's Biden's official comment on everything. But RFK, he's not afraid to say, what he wants to say, even though his voice sounds like a fucking, I don't know, it sounds like a fucking, what is it? How do you say it? Like not a nail file, but like a big file being ran up and down your esophagus. He's just like, like, and it's annoying too. But what would you rather want to hear? Like the truth come out? It's like the truth hurts, and it's like, well, yeah, it hurts. It must hurt your fucking throat. Like, go take a fucking Hall's menthol throat chew, or fucking do it a teaspoonful of honey down your throat. Maybe it'll help you, dog. But yeah, no, I like Robert F. Kennedy. I think he's a cool cat. I like what he stands for, what he talks about, and then he's all ripped too, like he could fucking like torture rack fucking Joe Biden. So that's pretty tight. But yeah, I think of course the media hates him because the media is always on the Democrat side, and the Democrats don't like him because he's kind of he's like Trump. He's like a fucking a firecracker, like, that you can't really control, so he's gonna do what he wants. I don't think he's gonna win because everybody wants Biden back there because he's just so easy to control. And then he's probably soon about to die because he's just old. And then Kamala will be president, and that's gonna be even worse because that's, I don't know, it's gonna be like a System of a Down song. Where do you wanna go in the bombs fall? Ha 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 ha. Where do we go when the bombs fall? Because like, America will be worried about gender more than nuclear war. But whatever. Yeah. On a couple of regular regular stories, a couple of like not as political stories. Tennessee student suspended over Instagram memes about principal sues school district and officials. So I guess this dude was making memes about his principal, and his principal got all butthurt and suspended him, and now the student is making it a federal lawsuit. Like, no, you can't suspend me for fucking that's my First Amendment, making memes, I don't know where in the Constitution it says memes are a form of free speech, but I'm pretty sure One of the the amendments was probably, but that's kind of funny. You know that a principal would get that much butt hurt to do that. Here's a weird headline. Microsoft has created a pizza scented Xbox controller. And so apparently this is in marketing with the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie Mutant Mayhem. Which I love the Ninja Turtles, man. Like I've grown up always liking them. Every iteration is, I'll say, unique. I'm very nostalgic for, of course, the Jim Henson ones because that's when I grew up watching them, and I could probably watch the first and second one over and over again, even though they're like, cheesy. If you want, as much of a pun as that is. I don't know if I would want a controller that smells like pizza, cause like I feel like pizza, yeah, it has its scent, but there's different types of pizzas, and then I wouldn't want it mixed with my sweat, cause I feel like my hands would always be on this controller, and when you're gaming, typically if you're like in one of those rowdy sessions, you start sweating and shit, and I don't want to smell like sweat and pizza. You don't ever hold a slice of pizza long enough to smell it combined with your sweat. So like I don't think that's ever an issue in real life, but it could be with this pizza. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cute for like a gimmick, like a souvenir. As far as like a contest to help promote a film, but I don't know about this film either, because the way like it looks cool, but a couple things bother me. One, they have the same guy who did the voice of Miles Morales, I think, doing Michelangelo, and he didn't even try changing his voice. It's the exact same voice as Miles Morales. So, like, if I was a kid watching these movies nowadays, I'd be like, why does he sound like Spider-Man? You know, Daddy, why does he sound like Spider-Man? And yeah, I'd have to be like, well, this kid just doesn't. Well, he's not even a kid. He's like 28 years old. This dude doesn't even care to change his voice to sound like Michelangelo or whatever, however he's supposed to sound. That, and then like the April O'Neil variation that they chose to go is like she looks like fat and black and lesbian, like a skinny Lizzo, which doesn't say much, because Lizzo's not skinny. She's very fat. So like a skinnier Lizzo would still be fat, just not as fat. But a very odd route to go with April O'Neil, because my April O'Neil has always been a white woman with that yellow jumpsuit, and I picture some cleavage. You know what I mean? Like the zipper down. But yeah, that's my April O'Neil. I don't really want to change that, But that's the route they want to go. They want this woke ass lesbian liberal woman as April O'Neil. So whatever, I'd still watch it. Not in theaters because I'm not a theater person anymore. I'll wait till it's on streaming somewhere and then try to talk about it. Lastly, and we're running late. Well, we're running late, but it's fine. I like long episodes sometimes. Lastly, Cher, Cher. Do you believe in love at the love? Cher launches her own gelato company, Cherlato, and she has to put in the headline, "This is real." Because yeah, I would have thought too that this was just some April Fool's bullshit, but it's not April. It's almost fucking August. Jeez, it is, right? Dang, it's almost August. So Cher is making your own gelato called Cherlato, and awesome. I mean, gelato's okay if you want to, like, I don't know if you're gonna like charge a lot or it's gonna be some sort of budget thing, or is it gonna be like in Whole Foods type shit? But Cher, I mean, this picture I see of her, she still looks fucking hot, dude. Like very bangable, like someone you can like get hard for real quick. You know what I mean? It's not like you'd have to take a little bit of time to imagine something else or a younger version in order to get hard. Like, or you wouldn't even need a Blue Chew, which is our sponsor today. No, that's not our sponsor. We don't we don't have any sponsors. We're a gorilla. We're a gorilla podcast. We're sponsored by Gorilla Glue. No, if you see the picture I'm looking at, she's old. She's kind of got that Michael Jackson like off face, but like her hair's beautiful, her body looks good. Like she's a tall ass glass of water, dude. Like I would, sip that entire glass of water up, like the whole thing, like the whole glass of water, all of it. Which I don't know why that reminds me, but I took a shit earlier today. Like it really hurt, but it felt good. But then it was like a big shit. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I had been holding it in for days or something, and I took it, and it was like hurting to come out. It felt like it wanted to all come out at the same time, and I was if you've ever taken a shit where like it wants to all come out at once, and it's hurting you, and you're scared, like you're legit scared that you're gonna tear something under there or down there, like, because I don't know how, like I'm not a doctor, and I've felt like points where your asshole, maybe it has like a pimple in it, or you scratched it when you're wiping your ass or something like that, and it's a very sensitive part of your body, right? So like to have all this shit coming out at the same time, and you're pushing, but you don't want to push too hard, but you don't know if it's gonna hurt, and I don't know. Like luckily this time it didn't hurt, but I was very concerned. But it was like a very good shit. Like it felt really good, and it's the kind of shit you live for, where like you remember them. Like in a couple, like this week, I bet you I'm gonna get to the weekend, and I'm gonna be like, man, remember that shit I took on Monday? That felt fucking good. Like I wish I could take another shit like that. That was fucking great. Like those are the shits you live for. Shits like that. But anyways, yeah, I would definitely eat gelato, Cherlato. I mean, I don't know. What is it? Italian ice cream, right? That's what gelato is. It sounds good. And yeah, she's 77 years old. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, she looks fucking good. I'd bend her over very quickly if it was by consent, with consent. If it was consensually her as well, to wanting me to bend her over, then I would do it, because that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. You remember that song? That's Crystal Method. You remember that music video? It's just like a dude with a big, like his head is a nose, and he's just breakdancing. Do you remember that video? Crystal Method, the name of the game. That's the name of the game. And then it's just a big nose, like like the nose from Double Dare, just walking around breakdancing. That's that. You remember that song? Look up that song, Jamie. Look up that. Nah. But yeah. So like, that's our episode today. Thank y'all for listening. I really appreciate you, my fans. I thank you for listening, and dealing with what I deal with, my mind, you know what I mean? So yeah, check out the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. That's All Funny. Like, rate, review, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Check me out on YouTube, where we have the podcast too. You can leave a comment, as well as videos of me talking about random shit like The Walking Dead. I think today on this episode, later on, I'll be doing a live with Mint Salad, and we'll be talking about the original Evil Dead movie. And yeah, like check that out on my YouTube live. That'll be, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, one of those times. I don't know. It'll be put up somewhere on Twitter, I think. And check out the website, retrohorrorinc.com. That's my buddy's website. Has our That's All Funny merchandise, as well as his one-of-a-kind art that you can commission for your podcast or yourself if you just want some great art done by a great artist. Check him out on Instagram at Retro Horror Inc. And yeah, I guess when we'll keep going. You take my money, let me leave. Yeah. Oh, she's golden. Well done. It's on me. Yeah. I don't know. I keep thinking about that fucking gold digger shit. It's so funny. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.